What is about? There's something evolving. Whatever may come, the world keeps revolving. They say the next big thing is here, that the revolution's near. But to me it seems quite clear that it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
Welcome to Cadeau and Janko Wednesdays at Lunch
Burger Edition. Is that what we're going with? Cadeau and Janko Wednesdays at Lunch?
Are we gonna mix it up now?
I don't know. Whatever happened to
Cadeau and Janko Wednesday afternoons at lunch?
yeah.
That was the first episode. We were working out the kinks.
Remember the good old days?
The good old days. This is episode 75 now.
Yeah.
We're recalling the good old days because this week we went back to Dilallo Burger. We did Dilallo Burger in our first episode. We were misinformed by the internet. If you do a Google search for Dilallo, it'll tell you that Dilallo Original is on Notre Dame at the corner of Charlevoix, but that is not the original Dilallo Burger.
No.
When we went, it was the middle of winter, and I said we would go back in the summer because it wasn't an ideal Dilallo experience. So this week we went to the actual original Dilallo Burger in Villemont since 1929. Because this is the summer. We said we would try it again in the summer. Getting a second shot a year and a half later.
Mm-hmm.
Dilallo Burger. Let's see if the original, the legitimate originator of the Dilallo Burger did any better.
Now, but I mean, how did you find out that this was the original? Internet again?
Yes.
So the internet's gotten better, I'd imagine. Since 75 episodes have passed, the internet's reliable.
If you do a Google search for Dilallo Burger, you'll get like restaurants and a map or whatever, and one of them says the original, but it's not the original. But if you go to the Dilallo website, they're a little clearer on what the actual original location is.
So we got a bunch of Dilallos out there claiming that they're the original Dilallo?
There are a bunch of Dilallos. There's one in St. Catharines, Quebec. There's one, I want to say, up near Jean Talon, if not on Jean Talon. That's the Dilallo Burger Bar, which I don't know what makes it different than the other Dilallos, because they serve alcohol at the other Dilallo burgers.
No idea. I've only been to two. The fake original and the legitimate original.
So Matthew, you've had Dilallo Burger before. Do you recall how you felt about Dilallo Burger, those 75 episodes ago?
I do recall, and I recall it not being very great, Sebastian. One of the first burgers we ever had together. I recall there being no plate.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big issue for me.
Mm-hmm.
Greasy.
Okay.
Soggy.
Mm-hmm.
Upside down.
That's right.
It's what they're
that is
known
their thing.
for.
Their logo is an upside down burger. That's their thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a lot of problems with the first one. I gave it a very low score. 4.
A 4.
A 4.
That's
pretty bad.
Very low score.
Especially because I think, what have I given a 4 at this point? I've given, pausing here while I think of it.
Yeah, I don't know what you gave a 4 to.
What's that? Kojak's. Kojak's got a 4, I'm pretty sure.
So I was wondering, you gave it a 4 on our first episode. You weren't very impressed. Now that you've had so many more burgers, you've got a more burger experience, a better vocabulary to describe your burgers now, hopefully. Maybe not.
I don't know about that.
And do you think you would change the score of that burger that you ate a year and a half ago? Do you remember that burger?
I remember it like it was yesterday, and I would never change the score. No.
Okay.
No, because that burger, what it did for me, it didn't have the desired effect.
Mm-hmm.
So I can never go back in time and change the score.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not the way it works. But what I can do is try it out again. And I've had it a few times since we went.
Oh,
and I've been pleasantly surprised each time, except for this last visit to the original Dilallo.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So episode 1, you go to Dilallo Burger. You're not very satisfied with it.
Not at all.
In the intervening year and a half, You visit Dilallo Burger several other times. You are very happy with it.
I am.
We go to the original Dilallo Burger. You revert back to your original ways.
Pretty much, yeah. And I don't know how I should rate. Should I rate it for how I think of Dilallo burgers now, or how that one experience went?
I think you have to again rate the burger that you ate today, Matthew, not the burgers that you've had other times. Because even on that first episode, I gave Dilallo Burger a lower rating. I believe I gave it a 6, a lower rating than I normally would, because that particular burger was a disappointment.
Yeah. Well, this time I noticed you did some adjustments to that burger, so I want to know if that upped the score a little bit for you.
I made one adjustment.
It's
I
a
said
big
hold
adjustment.
the hot peppers.
That's
all
a big adjustment. That's what the hot peppers are one of the crucial pieces of the Buck Burger.
That's true. So I had, this week, I had a double Buck Burger.
Okay.
It is a double patty, cheese, relish, onions, mustard, capicola, and hot peppers on a burger, obviously. But I said hold the hot peppers. I just wasn't in the mood for the spice. And last time, I recall that it was a little soggy. I figured, I don't know if I mentioned lettuce. There was also lettuce on the burger. I wanted to hold back on the hot peppers to maybe reduce the soggy issue from my previous visit.
Yeah, you're an expert now. You know.
Yeah. That's
Because
it.
sometimes they put the juices in with the peppers, and you don't want that.
Just grab it out of the jar. It's dripping. You toss it on the burger. You put that bun on top.
You gotta
that
dry it
bun
out
on
first.
top, and then it's all soggy.
Yeah. All right. I wonder if it changed anything for you. I got a very plain burger, Sebastian.
What burger did you get, Matthew?
The Capicola burger.
Mm-hmm. So no cheese.
Yeah, no cheese, and I said no relish. I said no tomatoes. All I got was ketchup, mustard, and a piece of lettuce. And the capicola, as well as the meat. But I found that meat patty very measly.
Really?
I wrote even here on my notes, measly patty.
I actually did notice when you opened up your burger to put ketchup on it
Yeah.
that it was misshapen. It wasn't round. It was sort of like...
It was like Asia. It was just,
yeah.
It was missing some pieces, it looked like. It looked like it just wasn't completely formed.
So Matthew Little, episode 75, good news announcement.
Mm-hmm.
We quietly, in the past couple of weeks, have surpassed 10,000 listens.
Whoa.
It's a lot of listens for this little podcast. I mean, 75 episodes. That's like 135, 140 listens an episode.
Oh, you've really broken it down. You've done the math.
Yeah, but
The division.
That is some division.
Grade A division.
But thank you to the listeners.
Yes, thank you.
10,000 listens. That's in the ballpark of 10,000 hours of people listening to us.
That's crazy.
Cumulatively, that's a lot of time.
And terrifying, because I don't like people listening to me. So
Well, Matthew, we've talked about this before. You're doing a podcast. People are inevitably going to listen.
yeah,
I saw your eyes look around as if like you just realized it again.
it's a shock to me every time. Because sometimes I just hope people play it and then they wander away.
But Matthew, before we really get deep into the burger,
Yeah.
you were up on Mount Royal, enjoying the sun, beautiful day, in the park, Beaver Lake Park.
Yeah.
You said you noticed something interesting.
There are no beavers.
There are no beavers at Beaver Lake.
I hadn't been since I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, and I
It's
remember it
fascinating,
being...
Matthew. You've lived in the city for years.
Yeah, do you remember that? You know that painting, that famous, is it by Rembrandt? I'm not sure, the painting. It's a bunch of people at a park. Women with parasols.
Oh, yes. I don't know
children
the
playing.
artist, but I know exactly the one you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that's how I pictured Beaver Lake. Plus a bunch of beavers.
Yeah.
And I got none of that.
Did you not recall that it was a man-made lake?
Yeah, but I mean, man has made some pretty amazing things.
Sure. I'm not saying to make it a less exciting lake, but a man-made lake has no use for beavers.
It doesn't, but I mean, it would be a nice little touch. I mean, a
But what
koi
would the
pond.
beavers do there? The beavers would wander over and chew up the forest and drag it back to the lake.
Give them a little something.
There's no dam, no flow of water for them to dam up.
I don't know. I mean, what's their role in a zoo?
You got me there.
Just keep them on display. I just want to see some beavers, man. I'm going up to Beaver Lake. Don't disappoint me.
But they got big old teeth. What if you're like, oh, look, a cute little beaver, and then he just bites through your hand?
Wow, don't go up to the beavers. I mean, that's rule number one. Don't feed the beavers.
already people are are having their picnic stolen by those brave city raccoons that live up there.
Raccoon? Yeah, there were notices, do not feed the animals. I'm like,
Especially those
I'm
raccoons.
going to feed the animals. I had a little box of cookies, and I was feeding a bunch of squirrels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, squirrels. What kind of cookies?
Oh,
Like Teddy Grahams?
cheap little cookies.
I like the
Dare
idea of squirrels
cookies.
eating Teddy Grahams, getting their revenge on the bears.
In a very small way.
Yeah.
There was also something up there that I found very interesting. And I don't know if it's solely a thing that happens up at Beaver Lake, but there were a lot of Hasidic Jews, Sebastian.
Okay.
Now, that on its own isn't that surprising. It just there's nothing remarkable about it, but I counted 4 sets of families with 2 twin boys each.
That is unusual.
Now,
Are you
even
sure
then-
they were twins or they were just
Well, I
dressed
don't know.
alike?
You know when you're like 6 years old
Yeah.
and you have a brother who's also 6 years old, and you're going to have the same looking haircuts.
Well,
you're
at
going
that
to look
point,
the
they
same.
probably are twins
Probably
if they're
twins.
brothers in the same age.
Yeah, I made some assumptions
Okay.
because maybe they weren't even their kids. Maybe they were babysitting. Who knows?
They could be cousins who are just, wearing
Exactly.
the same hairdo.
Yeah. But the remarkable part was I saw one set, 2 little twins, I'm going to call them twins for the sake of this,
Sure.
wearing the exact same clothes.
Now, Matthew, did you think they were twins because they were dressed identically?
I don't know, but yeah, probably. That's when you dress 2 people the exact same, your mind plays tricks on you, you know?
I mean, sure, I've heard plenty of adults wearing like 2 women are wearing the same dress and they'll be like, oh, twinsies. But twinsies are not twins.
No, twinsies are a fake version of that. But when you're an adult,
Yeah.
your face is matured. It's a different face now. Now you don't look like everybody else. 6-year-olds all look alike.
You find.
No, not all. But, I mean, 6-year-old faces are... There's still a lot of definition that hasn't happened yet.
But haven't you seen like childhood pictures of friends and family where you go, man, they look the same? Not the exact same, but you go, oh, wow, I totally see how the adult version came out of that.
Yeah, but wouldn't
Which
you...
lends to the distinctness of each of these children. Maybe
What-
you just don't pay enough attention to children.
Whether or not...
Didn't you used to be a camp counselor? Were you just mixing up the children? It's like, oh, I thought you were Steve. I'm Frank.
As long as I could tell the boys from the girls, that's all my job was.
I mean, at that point,
keep 'em
you
in
could
the right
just say, hey,
sense.
kid, get over here, kid.
Yeah, no, definitely. If I didn't know a name, I'm just calling them kid, or I come up with nicknames that are generic. But okay, maybe they're not twins. But now I saw these 2 kids wearing the.
Sorry,
yeah,
go
ahead.
off. Bring us off track again. What kind of nicknames are you coming up with that are so generic?
Well, I mean, they're not my nicknames that I came up with, but Sport, Tiger,
Oh,
Champ,
okay.
Chief,
Okay.
those things.
Okay.
Buddy,
Yeah.
a lot of buddies.
A lot of buddies.
Yeah. But there were 4 different sets of quote unquote twins wearing the same clothing as their counterpart. And these are not like robe or traditional Hasidic Jew garb.
Okay.
This was like, like a Spitfire t-shirt. You got 2 of them.
Okay.
Got 2 kids in striped polos. 2 kids. I'm like, this is remarkable because I started counting after the second and I saw 2 more. So there were 4 sets.
Why do you think they are dressing alike? Do you really think they're twins? And if not, even more so, why are they dressing alike?
I think it's probably just easier to dress kids the same, but
Don't you think, especially if you have twins, you would not dress them alike so you could tell them apart?
oh yeah, for sure. I would preferably one would be a boy, one would be a girl.
Okay, yeah.
Hard to
A lot
hard
easier
to
to tell
change
them apart
after
at that point.
after birth.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
it's been done.
I mean, let's say if I had twins, I would probably like to dress them alike, but not the same. Maybe different colors. You'll be the blue kid. You'll be the green kid. Maybe tomorrow you'll switch.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I would change their. No, I don't know what I would do.
Oh, no, yeah, no. This is your theme. You will be the blue kid. You will wear blue. I'll get you all kinds of blue clothes. You'll be the green or red or whatever kid. Maybe green's kind of lame. Let's go with red and blue. Those are
Red
good.
kid and blue kid.
Red kid, blue kid. And then you always know that Randall's wearing red and Bartholomew's wearing blue.
Yeah, but I'd be really into the idea of mischief, and I think I would egg those kids on to do more mischief. Given that they're twins, so
In
much
what
mischief
way? You're
is
like trade shirts. Ha ha ha.
yeah, like get all your teachers really like trick them all. You wear the red one for a few years.